Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy and a pleasure to be out here once more again in nature and bringing this message of self-realization to you. This message of truth, this message of emancipation, pointing you to look inwardly to discover your true identity. And when you discover your true identity, you come to also discover that your identity is your divinity. Therefore, I want to speak to you concerning how you can heal yourself and how you can actually use your mind to heal yourself. Now, as we all know, Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia, was Neville Goddard's mentor, and he was teaching Neville Goddard how everything begins in the mind, how everything begins with a thought, and how our thought is what is creating our reality. Therefore, he was teaching him through Christianity and was teaching him through healing and what it means to heal thyself. That's the reason why when you read in the Bible, the Christ, which is the higher self, always says to those that receive healing, woman, thy faith. Man, thy faith. He's always saying thy faith. Never one time it is said that the Christ would have said, I heal you. But always say your faith. So your faith, which is your understanding of the visible and the invisible, understanding the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, is what going to bring true healing to you. Now, when we look at Neville Goddard and Abdullah, Neville spoke about how he was a vegetarian and he was trying very much to break the habit of a vegetarian, and how Abdullah taught him how to use his mind to heal himself, and how Abdullah taught him that the real diet is a mental diet. So basically, when we have the right concept of who we are and the right concept of life, it will also give us the right concept of what we should feed upon. So if you're feeding upon the right thing mentally, physically speaking, you'll be led and guided on what to eat. Now today we are living in a time where everyone is going to some extreme, some diet extreme. One wants to be a vegan, one wants to be a carnivore, and there's a pull against each other, believing that diet or what you eat gonna bring you closer to God or to your higher self. But my brother and my sisters, the real healing that you need is a mental healing, a psychological healing, because all disease or all sickness comes from the mind. It comes from our way of thinking. So if our way of thinking is what brings diseases and sicknesses upon us, then the same thing that brings the cause, or brings the effect I should say, because everything is cause and effect, is the same thing you have to use to heal yourself. All you have to do is reverse it. So if you want healing for your body, you have to go inwardly. And when you go inwardly and act upon the feeling of your wish is fulfilled, and you walk in that feeling of your wish is fulfilled, and you believe in the God that is within you, when you believe that God is your own human imagination, the creator in man, and you imagine yourself being well, you can say to yourself how wonderful it is. You can say to yourself, I remember when. So if you have a stomach problem, you can say to yourself, I remember when I had a terrible stomach problem. I remember when I had ulcerated stomach. I remember when the doctor diagnosed me with cancer. When you say that, you are implying that you no longer have the ulcerated stomach. You are implying that you no longer have the cancer. And when you believe that and you affirm that and you walk in the feeling, knowing that feeling brings the healing, and the feeling is the secret. Because when you impress the subconscious mind will take that feeling and use that feeling and give you back that result. So if you think that you're whole, you would be whole. That's the reason why the Bible tells you, let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say that I am rich. That's why also in the scripture it says that the Spirit, in I think Luke 4:18, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, and that He have anointed me to bring sight to the blind, to bring hearing to the deaf, and to heal those who need healing. Then He also said that, and to bring forth the acceptable year of the Lord. Then He closed the book, and before He closed the book, He said that this day the scripture fulfill in your ears, showing you that you are the healer of yourself. You are the redeemer. You're the Lord and master of your destiny, because you're the Lord and master of your thoughts. So you have to use your thoughts to heal your body, because your body is the visible soul, and your soul is the invisible body. So you have to connect the conscious and the subconscious mind, the inner man and the outer man. So what you want to experience in the outer world, you have to foresee it in the inner world. So if you cannot believe in the inner world, you'll not be able to believe also in the outer world. Because what you see on the outside is a projection of what is inside. Because the whole world is yourself being pushed out. The doctor is your own self being pushed out. And the things that the doctor will give you to diagnose the sickness, but cannot bring the full cure to the sickness. It's all yourself being pushed out, because everything is false thought. Everything begins with the mind. All of the pharmaceuticals that they take from their natural state and put them in a synthetic form, it was false thought first, for one to have the idea to take it from its natural state and put it into that into that synthetic way to give it to you. So true healing is definitely in the mind. That's the reason why we have people now today like Dr. Joe Dispenza, who have used his mind to heal himself, and now going around all around the world teaching how to use your mind to heal yourself, and using all of these principles that was taught to Neville Goddard by Abdullah. That's the reason why I did a video showing you that they're teaching the same thing. Even Bruce Lipton, they're teaching the same thing. Teaching you about epigenetics, and teaching you also how you can heal yourself. So my brother and my sisters, when we look at those who practice medicine, just the terminology alone, practice, so they're actually practicing on you. So it means it might work or it might not work. So it means the doctor have to have faith in himself. The doctor himself have to use mind power, because he have to believe in what he's doing. It is a practice, and they all have to take an Hippocratic oath, which it is said that it comes from Hippocrates, and they term Hippocrates as the father of medicine. Yet there were many who was before Hippocrates, way back in the time of Egypt and so on, who was using natural herbs and using their mind power to heal themselves. And just recently we had an ancestor, our brother called Dr. Sebi, who cured all kind of diseases, teaching the people how to eat. And Hippocrates taught the people that your food is your medicine and your medicine is your food. Therefore, my brother and my sisters, in everything, we always have to strike a balance. So it doesn't make sense to go to one extreme or the other, but to believe in yourself, trust yourself, believe in your own human imagination to be the creator in man. because that is God and there's no other God. Do not look. If you have any idea of any God outside of yourself, or any man who existed 2,000 years ago, who gonna bring healing to you because you call upon his name, you're calling upon the name of an idol. That's the reason why today many of the churches are flocked with people who are claiming to receive healing and giving homage to some pastor or some evangelist, and they are willing to give all of their money to them, not knowing that they are healing their own self. That's why it tells you in the scripture, when the woman touched the hem of his garment, he was healed. This body is the garment that is dipped in blood. Because in Revelation, he tells you that he was clothed in a garment dipped in blood. This is the garment that we all are clothed in, that is dipped in blood. If you cut this garment, you're going to bleed, because it's a garment. I remember one time I had an experience, and I know that I was actually out of my body. When I came back, I don't want to fit right back in my body. It's like when you put on a suit. And I was very conscious of it. And I would have had experience where I fall asleep consciously, literally fall asleep consciously, and slip out of myself. And when I slip out in myself, for the very moment, it's like a genie offering me my wish, whatever I wish in that moment, between that state, those two states of the conscious and the unconscious, or between the two dimensions, between the third dimension and the fourth dimension. Because I was moving from one dimension into another dimension, and I could have felt within myself that whatever I wish in that moment was mine. So I know what I'm speaking about. So my brother and my sisters, I'm encouraging you, as Abdullah encouraged Neville, to use his mind power to achieve his every desire, which is speaking about healing himself and bringing healing to all of humanity. And that's why the message is bringing healing to all of humanity, by healing them first of all psychologically, by teaching them that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, that it is not literal, neither is it secular history. So that being said, my brothers and my sisters, I hope this message that I bring to you, that it brings clarity, and that it resonates with you. Okay, so next time you're feeling ill, go before the mirror. I normally go before the mirror, see myself, imagine myself, take the energy from down here, which is the sexual energy, and carry it all through my body and heal myself. I remember I had a huge thing over my eye, and I healed myself, and it had to listen to me. It had to go down, because I'm the Lord and Master of my destiny. And the last church I ever went to, my pastor had one of those things over his eye, and he went to the doctor and got it cut. I remember a brother who used to go to the same church I used to go long years ago, also the same church. He met me right in front of the courthouse in the city and was telling me that I would have to go and get that cut because the pastor had one in here and get it. I told him, no, this one would no doctor gonna put any knife on it. It have to go down. And it went down. Because we can heal ourselves, my brothers and my sisters. So, but you have to believe in yourself. And you have to believe most of all in your God self. You have to know that you are God in flesh. Even if you haven't had an experience like I would have had certain experience. You understand? Once you keep confessing and believe it, you're gonna have experiences in your life that are gonna help you to be living in peace and happiness, because that's what we come here to do, to discover who we are and to use our mind power to achieve our every desire and prove that we are the creator, and know that God descended into generation and must ascend into regeneration. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, as I said before, I can go on and on, but I'll come to a close here. So I want to encourage you to like or to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, or to share this message. And always remember, this message I bring to you is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. I'm saying to you, my brother and my sisters, hadn't it been that I would have had the experience where I would have awake within myself and ascend like a fiery being, having heard the unearthly wind, and exit my skull in another form, became invisible. Hadn't it been I had that experience, I would not have been here bring this message to you, because you can listen to me and tell I am not an intellectual. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, it's just the reason I always put my hand on my crown chakra and giving you the sign of the single eye. Because when I have the experience, that single eye open in me, that giant eye, then I understood what it means when it says that you shall change from mortal to immortality in a twinkling of an eye. That twinkling of an eye is the opening of an eye. And in Psalms 80 and in Psalm 78, 65, I think, it says that the Lord awake as of out a great sleep, as of one given to wine. So, my brother, my sisters, this experience will help you to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For without the sun, there is no life, and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. So the sun parallels the human imagination, the human imagination parallels the sun, and the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your creative power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.